Hello and welcome to episode 23. I believe turn 48. And we have a message from Atlantis. We hereby declare war on your unholy nation. Nice job with your throne rushing so far. Let's see if you can finish the job before everyone can pick you apart. #BeliefBeavers. So obviously, we can see Atlantis has declared war on us and begun attacking. We did not have any sort of nap with him, so, above board by him. And on his stated reason for war is we're throne rushing. We have 1, 2, 3, and we just took a 4th throne from Baratos, and if you recall an episode or 2 ago we did a wizard tower on the 4th one. And how close are we to claiming a throne victory? We have control of 4 and we need a 5th to win. Now if you look at the map, you don't exactly have a super close 5th throne. Arco's throne here is probably the closest, and it could be possible for me to rush it down, but that would be somewhat risky. But he is, from his perspective, probably right that we are close to a throne victory. I think it's possible for Saramadia to report that I've been making bishop fish for it as well. So there's definitely information out there that indicates I'm throne rushing, but despite that, that's not my plan. And we can see, a lot of battles from Atlantis raiding us. Yeah, our current plan isn't really rushing thrones, it's to knock out Marverni, it's to knock out Baratos. It's possible I could rush for a throne, but it's not on my mind in this game. I'm kind of just enjoying the wars themselves. And I think I'm in a strong enough position, at least before this Atlantis war, to just fight Marverni and Baratos together in a fair sort of, well, not fair for Marverni, but kind of fair for me 1v2. Yeah. Let's look at messages. There's a whole lot. For site searching, we find a death site, getting some Clayman, Garden of Frozen Flowers. I don't recall this one. Excuse me. Water One site. Guess something to show is when you remote site search and someone attacks it, it still finds the site, but the battle happens after the site searching, so he gains it for now. But, I'm expecting a death push on Marverni, so that's why I'm site searching his land now. Where are we? We put up Eternal Pyre. I think someone dispelled it a couple turns and we're putting it back up. That's what my memory is. I'm getting back to this game pretty late now after my hiatus between recording episodes. What am I even looking at? I don't know. Here we are. So yeah, this guy put up the Eternal Pyre. Hopefully I mentioned that last turn, if not, oops. I think I did mention it. It's like a 20 or 30 gem overcast. What else? We are summoning Sayurim. No clue how you pronounce that properly. I might be close. Got a teleport. We're moving these golden adept mages to the front. Have corpseman construction. More Sayurim. Water site searching. Dire portent. Saramadia has put up a global. I believe this is Gift of Health it is. Cool. So Sarumadia is really ahead on the global situation right now, compared to us. This is a super strong global. It gives your units inside your candles bonus HP. And you can see it's 10% per Dominion candle. It heals afflictions, which is good for troops if you have a lot of damage stuff. Reduces aging. I'm not sure that matters, especially for Sarumadia. He does have a lot of old mages potentially, but don't know if that messes with like old age decay chances at the end of the year. Then he has 15 gem income from globals. So where are we? We are doing a revive Bane. Yeah, okay. That's just a commander, not the mage version. Our scout was mind hunted. Where was that? Here? Not sure who was here. I guess maybe raiders were here last turn. Guess our... No. Was that us mind hunting? No, it was him. Not sure why. Not sure who we had there. More site searching, nothing. We have a teleport. Doesn't show who cast it. Not sure what's that about. Let's go to province. Guess it was your holy or marked. That's weird. You're also horror marked. We have like a... You might have a horror seed bouncing around. We do know Baratos is flinging blood stuff at us. Alright, so we have a... That should... I imagine that's a golden adept mage teleporting. We have a fight from Baratos. Call of the Winds. Kills one PD. We have Call Horror. Don't know if this is the low one or the high version. It's probably the low version. Not familiar enough with the Call Horror differences. The lesser Call Horror and the major Call Horror spells. He usually kills the PD. Right, we have a little bit of blood hunting. And we have a whole giant list of battles. Exciting. So we have Baratos attacking us. He has a Heliophagus. And I think we've seen a couple of these, or at least one of these before. He has 4 blood slaves. We have details on. Okay. What's he doing? Invulnerability. Speed it up. Soul Vortex. Okay. Reinvigoration. He's only at 40 fatigue. Okay. Hold, I guess. And attack rear, attack closest. He's gonna win this pretty easily. So he kills his blood slaves. I'm not sure why he needed a, what's it called? Reinvigorate on this guy. Like with that Soul Vortex, he'd heal the fatigue pretty quickly. Well, not very quickly, but he'd heal it over time. And you want like sub 50 fatigue to avoid crits on you, but it's not really an issue for this guy. No gear, but you know, really doesn't need gear. He has a very strong anti-thug attack in that barbed tail, and another sort of anti-thug main weapon. Pretty scary. Yeah. Next up we have Atlantis attacking us with a stack of troops. Anyone a prophet? No. So, it's not a good example. That's not either. Alright, so he has these Warriors of the Deep. Double attacks. One's a very high damage two-handed weapon, so it gets bonus damage from the strength. I think I said magic weapon. Not a sacred, so it has a bit of fire resistance, bit of cold resistance, which makes these for pretty terrifying troops. They do have a hole in having low resistance. They also have no armor, but they do have high natural resistance, or natural protection. And they do have a shield, but low, moderately low skills. In front he has sacreds, and these are similar to the ones before. What's the difference? These guys have body armor, which makes them terrifying. Now, since they get very high body protection before buffing. They get whatever bless he has. They have very low defense skill, but with all that prot, they're very hard to punch through even with my giant troops. And with their double attacks, they get 4 attacks per square, so they're very deadly. 31 HP. Pretty high as well. Some reef dwellers, deep ones, another double attacks. These guys get 6 attacks per square. One of them's magic damage, or magic with piercing, so very good troops. Again, sort of the one weakness is low magic resistance, no body armor. I has a Holy 2, guess blessing. Hey, you don't need to really watch that. Next up. Looks like this Call of the Wind is just striking a second province. Does he kill it? His giants have a decent chance now at killing these birds, especially with the unit accompanying him in the square, so you kill that. Cool. Right? Yeah. So you see this fight. Hopefully this preacher ran away. Next up we have the battle on Marverni. He's attacking us with a stack. Giant mage ball. This looks like everything, most everything in his cap in that second fort, so obviously it was spoiled that he has a lot more forces around his capital, so he's not attacking with his total accumulated force. I'm not seeing any capital mages, just these sort of recruit anywhere battle mages. Right, so he has like 20 boars, maybe 40 or 50 troops. He has blood slaves with a blood-empowered sage. Interesting. So he's kind of pushing into blood. I didn't notice that when I played way back then. Way back when. We can see we have a pretty interesting battlefield where my mages are hiding in a hole. I don't know if terrain height matters in the way the game is played, because it'd be pretty troll for my entire mage ball to be hiding under a wall where they can't potentially be hit or hit. So we're sort of seeing, and it's hard to see with this white background what we're doing. I think we're doing, armies of gold. I think we have met her anti-magic up. We have Light of the Northern Star. I don't know if that's him or us. any astral guys here? It's probably him. It looks like it's him. No, it's actually us. So we're boosting up our astral mages. We have, should have Firestorm coming in soon, yep. This guy did our Army of Gold, and we see the meteor spam. Long Dead are on flanks on attack rear to get to his mages. The rest is sort of just punching up front. And let's see what kind of buffs his troops have. No protection buffs. Nothing else there. He has people off script or just default casting. But, you know, buffs like Luck and Body Ethereal. He also did Light of the Northern Star. But you can really see he just doesn't have enough meat to let his mages unload properly. And he doesn't have any protection buffs to survive the Firestorm. So, our front line just overwhelms his as the Firestorm slowly melts all his guys. See the mages we attacked the mages he has are getting chipped by Firestorm, you know. It's, he has no protection against it, just the DRN roll. Ooh, we actually saw Luck kept this guy alive. Cool. So I guess Luck did actually help him a bit versus the Firestorm. And this is the first time I'm showing Firestorm, I believe. I may have showed it to Baratos. I don't recall, but it's the first time Marverni saw it, I know that. We raid a province from Baratos, next battle. Actually, before that, did we show the results? So, 16 of his 18 druids died, killed his blood-empowered sage, had about 100 troops here. So, solid win for us. We did lose a Adept of the Golden Order. I didn't see how that happened, and we did take some attrition from him, but mostly in Long Dead Horsemen. Our Blood Summons lived. I want to see how this Astral guy, or Golden Order guy, died. So I see we have 1, 2, 3. And so I think this guy is in front to catch Mind Duel. I presume. And we have, I think, this Astral guy in the back. I don't know what he did. Maybe anti-magic? Oh, we do get Lucky off. Will of Fates, I think is the spell name. Yeah, so we also got our entire force having Lucky, which is very useful against the Gift from the Heavens, I think. Actually, I'm not sure. Some spells, I think Gift from Heavens doesn't always kill, or is immune to some defenses, if that makes sense. Some things don't work against Gift from Heavens. But we do see Luck does defend against Gift from Heavens, so... getting some value out of Gift from Heavens. A Melqart here. So who's dying here? Not sure. Looks like our fire guys are on advanced and cast spells. Have a nature guy, I'm not sure what he did. No one died. How many? Guess different battle results. My guess would be Firestorm critted on one of them, or maybe different RNG on Get from Heaven targeting, but unlucky there. Where were we? So that was Marverni. Next fight. This is his big army, and I think this was bouncing around his capital. So I'm not sure why he didn't choose to merge this with his other army, because having this front line would have done a whole lot more to change the results of that battle. So we have small mage corps here. What are they doing? Running away? I think I'm just trying to get them to join the siege. Not much to see there. Did they retreat successfully? They did. Battle from Atlantis. Another troop squad. Not much to see here. It's probably 1 PD. We have, yeah, 1 PD. Of note, in that province we see Baratos now controls it, but we do not see any units in it. And we can see here, Baratos attacked us with the Heliophagus, but we don't see it now. Why is that? Well, he's got invisibility. So, best reasoning I think is Baratos has a Heliophagus raiding here, and he bumped with Atlantis afterwards. So, it's a lucky break for us. They're bouncing, our enemies are bouncing against each other in their ratings, so small indicator they're not cooperating their attacks. Not coordinating their attacks. Where was that? Nern? Yep. Next up we have Rotmarsh. It's raiding us with a scout. He won't take it. Right. We have battle at Wick. Is this on top of our fort? I think it is. Who's leading? A mage. Okay. He does win. Guess tramplers do beat moderate amount of barbs since they can just trample. Good raid from Marverni, not a high commitment attack from him, just using... oh wait. He does have a great boar, so I'm not sure how I feel about Marverni using the free spawn leaders, his raiders in these fights. But I guess his mage... no, this guy's got good leadership. So I'm not sure why you don't just have the mage do the leading with them and just keep these guys safe. Yeah, so he gets on top of that fort here. Nope, that's not on a fort, that's behind it. So just raiding for him. Where are we? Iron Range. A lot of stuff. Scout bouncing. Guess keeping me honest on buying PD. Right. Vena is the next battle. Again, in his cap circle, we see another moderate army stack, less mages. Finds 1 PD. So, 100 troops here, few mages. So I guess like maybe closer to 90 troops. So rounding out Marverni, have like 90 troops here. Where's the other one? 180 troops here. And if he brought, another 180 troops to this fight, it would have been quite the difference for him. I think he'd at least get another 10 mages, potentially. So it's interesting that he chose to do some raiding instead of fighting my entire stack. I think he has a moderate chance at winning the fight if he merges everything to fight me. On the other hand, my Firestorm's gonna do a lot of work and make him bleed even if he does win. Unless my Firestormer runs, but I don't know. I don't think this was ever enough to win this fight. I think he needed a whole lot of a meat line in front of his mages. I think that's the mistake he's making in this sort of defending against me. He's not merging big enough armies to fight me. Baratos raiding back with the commander. Does he attack? Should lose that, right? Yep. You know, just trying to poke back at raiding. Very low commitment dudes. Next up we have this. Have an Atlantis Thug, fully kitted. We have Frostbrand, Vine Shield, Black Helmet, or Dragon Helmet. Ugh. Gives him morale bonus, fire resistance. Didn't notice this gives dark vision. That's interesting. Useful to know. He has black steel plate, green Vig boots. He has a self-bless item, since these guys do not have holy but they are sacred, so we can see the bless. +3 attack skill. That might be from a throne. Shock resistance, fire resistance, magic resistance, regeneration, combat caster. Or far caster. So this is a pretty meaty bless. Magic resistance is good for his sacreds when they have low base resistance. Good for thugs to have. Resistances are good. Regeneration's great. So in effect, you could sort of view this as being a regeneration ring with benefits, so it's pretty good slot efficiency, I think. He also has anti-magic, make it hard to mind hunt him. So pretty solid thug. That's his script. He has Iron Skin, Liquid Body, Fire Shield, Quicken Self. It's kind of a general anti-troop script. Which we can exploit. Right, so that's that. And I think last battle's also a Basalt King. Take a quick look at the gear. I think it's... no, it's 2. So, mostly the same kit, but a golden hoplon instead. Probably just cheaper for him to build these than spending Vine for Vine shields. Unexpected event, lost some income. We prevented a bad event. We gained Vision's Foe, a bit of gold, some PD, and we breached both forts. So, I guess the big important thing to see is, are we storming? We are storming his capital. So we have plenty of gems here to multicast our spells. We have... where's our troops? Up here, okay. So everything's on immediate attack orders. We have attack rear on the front squad, just attack on the second. We're not doing sparse line on the first one, but we are on the second, so we have to expect 2 fights in this round. He definitely has enough stuff to fight us here. And where he's doing the like Light of the Northern Stars, Earth Power, and then Gift of Heavens, we're choosing to have our troops immediately attack while we're buffing. We don't have any targeted troop buffs like Legions of Steel. Everything's a global buff. So I think we're fine for that reason to just charge in. Keeping Sacred sort of in the back, we have 4 squads of Long Dead Horsemen on each flank. Probably on attack rear, yep. So we're trying to... So with this squad we have sparse line formation, and we have flankers, and we have a lot of troops sort of in the center, and our mages in the back, so we're trying to make it difficult for him to hit clumps of troops with the Gift from Heavens. It should target in this center location, where we have a small squad in the sparse line formation. Another option might be to put like a small squad of something on the sides, possibly to keep our sacreds from being targeted as much. But yeah, we can see we have our little gem holder here, the Black Servant. He's just hiding. We have Fool of Fates on this dude. We have Light of the Northern Star. I think my thinking here is it helps against Mind Duel. Maybe? I think we're missing anti-magic this battle, though. We are. Not sure why we're doing Light of the Northern Star. I think my thinking at the time was to protect against Mind Duel, but I'm not sure if boosting from spells helps for Mind Duel chances. I think it's just your base spell. I know items don't help with Mind Duel, so it's possible these do. These two do, but yeah, I don't know. You Mind Duel on the first turn, not, you know, at the 320th turn in the battle, which is like super late as far as Mind Duel goes. Yeah, so that's this army. We're expecting all of this to fight us. We see 200 guys here, 100 guys here, probably another 80 guys here. Not sure he has much left in his capital, and we've definitely done damage on his mages. It's, wow, actually 20 here. Almost another 10 here, and there's gotta be at least a few more left. So it's still, 30-ish plus mages available for him for the defense. We do see this Arco stack sitting here. Not sure what it's doing. Might be looking to take a bite. For the second fight, we are also storming Baratos. We do not see a lot of forces from Baratos in this routing land. I think we did have some amount of forces inside the fort, so we do expect some stiff resistance. We have a whole giant pile of mages, you can see. For the script, we're kind of doing the same thing as we showed before, a couple lines of troops. The idea for spreading them out like this on the sides is to get a envelop. We also have a sparse line here. Mages are in the back. We have Melqarts in the back with a Ami, right? Yeah, they're Ami. He should be doing Gifts of Flight. He is. So he's trying to Gift of Flight the Melqart so they can bounce around in the fight. And attack the rear. Where is it closest? One's on attack rear. One's on attack rear, okay. We also have some Long Dead Horsemen in the front. Having speedy guys, or just any guys, sort of run in the front of the fort to prevent the enemy from clogging the gate is nice. For spells, we have some Mind Burn on the Astral guys. Orb Lightning on the Lightning guys. I think we're expecting flyers to attack rear us. Astral dudes doing Mind Burn. We have Anti-Magic. We have Ground Army for lightning damage. Armies of Gold. Should have Firestorm. We do. So we have to do a fair bit of empowering to keep this guy from killing himself at the time. Or killing himself, as at the time was Fire 5 gems to cast Firestorm. We do not have enough spells to double cast it in case he fights us outside the fort with a gym bait, so that's a mistake. Fire guys, just casting Fireball. Not highly efficient, but we're just trying to bring in some ranged artillery. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Right. Armies of Gold guy can double cast it. So yeah, we're storming the castle here. Alright, so that covers the two big battles. Already getting pretty late into this episode. But what else are we doing? We have a Astral Melqart here, casting Teleport on 90. Want to say that's at... Where is that at? Where's 90? Is it G? It's G. Alright, we're casting Teleport here, and we also have a second Astral guy casting Teleport at 90. So we can see double weapons. We have Flesh Eater for Chest Wound. We have Axe of Hate for Fatigue. We have Quickness Boots. We have Reinvigoration and some Strength. Have Burning Pearl for some attack skills. So we're just trying to get highly consistent and a high amount of quick attacks to just overpower the enemy thug in this teleport attack with this guy. Script's probably just attack. Yep. Second guy, where are you? Here. Similar script. He has regeneration, double weapons. He has a more defensive equipment script. He's in the middle. I think other guy's a little in the back and on the flank. Where is it? Here. Yeah, he's like a square behind, so hopefully any PD targets the more defensive Melqart, and this guy just runs in the back and bops this thug. So we're are we doing anything else? We're moving some of our patrollers around. I think we're just trying to like get PD low. Not PD, unrest low in some random places. We're attacking here with our own Great Hawk with 40 versus 40, but I think we're assuming he flies away. We do have high unrest here, and that's because we have a Dream Horror sitting in Hereby event. Fall of Year 3. I think we missed that, but we have a guy sitting here causing horror mark on all of our dudes in here. Sort of see. Few people are horror inflicted. It's possible one of these were horror seated as well. Yeah, I'm not sure we noticed at the time, and it took me quite a while to notice the unrest here wasn't going down on its own. But we have a Dream Horror, I believe, sitting in this province, and we don't really have anything available to patrol it out. They can also kill it, as I think it's ethereal. We don't know what type of Dream Horror it really is. I think at the time I did a lot of checking on the Dom Inspector, trying to figure out what it is and what to do against it, but this is a kind of far away location for my empire, so I can't really divert troops there. We have a Melqart running here with a move and patrol trying to catch thugs. We see, you know, have a chance to catch some of these guys coming here. We have a bunch of water mages moving and patrolling. We are doing Frozen Heart spam in the front, so let's just do a Y click here to see who's coming. We have... looks like just a bunch of water mages on Frozen Heart spam and the thug. So ideas there is to sort of kill these guys if they come forward. They only have 5 cold resist, so Frozen Heart should still punch through and deal some damage. We have a big patrol on this Rust Fort. We have Paralyze spam, we have Lightning Bolt, we have Creeping Doom, we have Paralyze, Creeping Doom, some Frozen Heart, Lightning Bolt, so... I think we have troops, maybe? Do we have any troops patrolling? No. Do we have PD? We have some PD. So we're just trying to kill thugs who might raid Rust with this stack. We have double casters of Creeping Doom. What's the second dude? Right, so that's, you know, 70 chaff being summoned. We have a lot of anti-thug spells. So anticipating someone raids Rust. Any other movements? We have this air army with some Claymen raiding here. No one raiding here. I think where Baratos is kind of ping-ponging left and right here, we don't really want to raid next to this stack. We have someone patrolling. That is a Foul Vapors caster, and I think we're just trying to catch his army coming onto our fort and have a few rounds of Foul Vapor tick so it can deal some damage, potentially kill some troops. It's not going to by any means wipe his whole army, but there's a chance we get some crit rolls on the damage for the poison, so do some light attrition on him. Any other movements? We have this little raiding squad running around on move. Alright, we have coming up here using these free event Lamia troops to raid with our prophet doing some holy strikes, heavenly strikes. I think that covers it. For research, we're getting Thom 5 for, I want to say it's, I think it's just Soul Slay. Gateway as well, possibly. Gateway would be pretty useful. Where you have pretty wide fronts, so you have like one army stack here, one down here, and we can boost up these guys to teleport, but they don't have high leadership. We should have some astral balls with 120 leadership who can move troops around. So that's if we need to teleport. So yeah, Soul Slay and Gateway are good spells to pick up in Thom. Next up we have Enchantment, and that gets us Mass Regeneration. That's another key spell for us. Sort of the, for our strategy, it's the holy trifecta of Mass Regeneration, Armies of Gold, and Firestorm. Sort of our late game strategy. Or the core of our late game strategy spells and armies. I think that covers it. So I guess to sort of recap, against Atlantis we have 2 guys teleporting here. No one coming here, but he just has raiders on it, so it's not likely he stays long. On this province he has like 100 troops, but our fort has 500 wall integrity, so we don't need to worry about it for a couple turns. No one raiding here, that's maybe a small mistake. On the Baratos front, light raiding here. We're storming Baratos here. We also have someone coming here. Okay, we're bringing 5 troops to raid back this province. I'm not sure why we don't use someone from here. We have the troops to raid from here, so... Interesting. Oh, you know what? We also should be doing a couple things. We should be raiding back this. And I don't think we can reach here, but taking control of both of these provinces in case we need to retreat, or in case we lose this fight, is important. It's possible for Baratos to raid back these with slightly bigger armies. And if we don't have these, if we lose a fight here, everyone who runs will die in retreat, so... Probably smarter to be raiding both of these back, but we're at least raiding one back. Same goes for Marverni. We don't have any place to retreat to currently, so we're raiding back this province. Creeping Doom, Misform, Mirror Image, Phantom Warriors. Now, Creeping Doom alone should kill any PD here, so we at least have a place to retreat to if we lose the fights here. Alright, I think that covers this turn. Let's take a look at graphs now that we have a third war going. So, with raiding this turn, there's a good dip in our province count. This rises when we declared war on Marverni. And after the initial raiding, you can see we haven't really gained much. This is when Baratos attacked us. We have the dip on the initial attack. We sort of raided back the land. Now we're dropping again as we're being raided. For forts, constant upward growth. Income, upward growth, which is good, but the raiding's taking a toll currently. Gem income, that's when our fire, Phoenix Pyre, I think, went off. We're gonna cast it again. It actually didn't go up with casting it this turn. Maybe it takes a turn to show on the graph, or maybe we just lost a lot of gem income from that raiding. Research going fine. Dominion taking another upward tick. I think we're making an effort with the some preachers to preach our land up. Army size sort of going up, leveled out this turn when we took some damage, but that's right. We have corpse man construction going here as we slowly get these mages going. So that's a cool use for them. Very good mages for us to have. Corpse man construction itself isn't amazing, but it gets us just more gem chaff, and we don't have a great use for our air income. So, after the initial investment of items, that's a great way to spend air gems efficiently on just getting more chaff. So I guess we can sort of compare. If you think back to the battle against Russ on his capital, we were just using gold troops. But we're transitioning to a gem army. We have, long dead horsemen included, we have Sayers included. In this army, I think we're still mostly gold, but we have some long dead. We're obviously doing Clayman up here. We got the corpseman constructs. We have the option to do Vine Ogres if we want, but we don't want to yet, because we have a surprise for that coming up. Yeah. What's the other thing? Items. Don't sort it yet, but you can see we have a whole lot of items going in. Have a Woolly booster. Don't recall. Nope, that's the arena item we won, I believe. Alright, I think that covers it for this turn. This went pretty long, but a whole lot of stuff happened this turn. We started, we didn't start. Atlantis declared war on us, attacked on us. We have 2 big siege battles happening next turn that we prepped for. We have some raiding. We're getting raided a lot. We're doing a lot of teleporting. Doing some counter raiding, where we're trying to anticipate enemies raiding. So yeah, lots of interesting stuff happens in the next battle. We see these 2 siege assaults. We see how our anti-raiding goes against Atlantis, so exciting stuff. See you in the next episode.